Good morning. Happy Halloween. I'm 13 News meteorologist Matt Standridge. The weather a little bit spooky today because we haven't had rain here in the forecast for quite some time. We're on track for the driest October on record, depending on how much rain we get out of the system today. There are two batches that we're watching. First batch is some of this preliminary shower and thunderstorm activity forming off in southern Indiana, slowly pushing off to the north and east. The wind is so strong out of the south, it's helping to deepen some of these clouds and produce their own rain showers. And then the second part, all this rain back off towards the west. The leading edge has some good rumbles of thunder in it, some good downpours. After the leading edge, you have all these scattered showers now pushing across central Illinois. And on the back side of the front, see some of these? These are light misty showers coming through eastern Iowa. So here's what's going to happen. For the next 2 hours, we're going to be dealing with some splash and dash, just some very hit or miss rain. Closer to about 10 o'clock or so, the more consistent rain comes in from Illinois, soaking much of central Indiana. Eastern Indiana, we may wait just a little bit longer. And then for trick-or-treat time, we'll probably still have a decent amount of clouds with some spotty showers, but they won't be as consistent as this batch of rain coming in right now. So let's take some time. We'll walk through the radar, show you where the rain is right now. Now we're using some high-resolution radar data from Live Doppler 13. We've got a couple different batches of the heavier stuff. So let's go ahead and go a little bit farther south. I want to take you more towards Monroe County. Look at some of these, right up and down Highway 69, coming in and out of Bloomington. Heavy rain for us right now there towards IU. And then Ellettsville, we've got some of that heavy rain as well. And then up north to I-69 Martinsville and Adams there. Once you get into Morgan County, very heavy rain at times. Doesn't last very long, but it pours there for a quick second. This rain is now pushing into Johnson County, so Franklin and Greenwood, Bargersville, Center Grove area. Some splash and dashers for us. We'll go a little bit farther north into Johnson County. You see some of that rain now surrounding us too. And now even coming into Indianapolis, some isolated showers, especially on the south side of the skyscrapers there close to Southport, Beech Grove, and then even New Pal getting close to some of these showers as well. So we've got this batch. This thing is moving to the north and east by about 30 miles per hour. So we're going to be looking up towards Greenfield and McCordsville. Even Fishers, we may kind of get skinned by some of these showers. But then Newcastle, Anderson, and Muncie, we'll watch some of this rain as it moves to the north and east. But not everyone's getting hit by this rain. You go a little bit farther west, Greencastle, we've been kind of avoiding some of these showers on and off. But Plainfield, a couple showers for us. Plainfield's a mess right now. Right there at Quaker Boulevard or State Route 267, Highway 267 is closed. I-70 West there at 267 due to a multi-vehicle accident. State troopers are investigating that, so we still have a huge backup on I-70 in the westbound direction all the way now to Ronald Reagan, and it's been closed all the way to State Route 39. That's one of the exits you can take if you want to head to Danville. So I-70 West is a mess. Let's kind of expand back out. If you look, there's still a lot of dry areas of central Indiana. So Muncie, Marion, Kokomo, Tipton, we're dry at this moment, but we've got rain on the way. So this first batch is moving to the northeast. We also have kind of some outer edges there towards Greensburg right now. These aren't very heavy. They give you a quick shower and then they start to dissipate a little bit. There's Greensburg showing up on the map too. A couple light showers trying to come in their way towards Spartan Country there towards Connorsville. Rushville, we've had a couple sprinkles around us, mainly in the east and south side of the town. And then Wayne County, a couple light sprinkles trying to come into the south side, right around Abington, and the south side of Richmond towards Forest Hills. Brookville Lake, a couple showers coming at us as well. Liberty, you'll be on the lookout for a couple light sprinkles. But the heavier rain for eastern Indiana won't come until later today. Back off to the west is that main corridor right around Highway 69 and Interstate 69 with some lightning strikes too. You can see them popping just north of Bloomington between Martinsville and Bloomington right now. Some good splash and dashers pushing to the north and east. These aren't severe. There's a little bit of wind out there. Overall, the air is just windy, but some of these storms can produce a little bit of extra wind as well. Going westbound, let's head to the main round just a little bit. So we've been tracking this line for quite some time. It had tornado watches with it, severe thunderstorm watches with it, all the way back west of the Mississippi. But now some of that rain, this main corridor is pushing in. So this was kind of a preliminary round of rain that's been trying to form, scooting on the south side of Indianapolis. But here's the main round that should give at least everyone a little bit of rain. You can see some of that heavier rain now coming in just north of Terre Haute. Terre Haute just about to get it any time. And then north into Vigo County and Crawfordsville, Greencastle. We're going to be on the lookout for some of this heavy rain. Not severe, but a little bit of wind on the outer edge of this thing where you see that pretty tight gradient between red to nothing. Usually a good indication of some gusty winds pushing off towards the east. Once you go northbound, more towards Tippecanoe County, got some showers approaching Purdue. We'll go in just a little bit closer, right around Lafayette. So Purdue would be right about here, west Lafayette, and here's Lafayette. We got scattered showers coming in. At any time, expect the rain popping in right around Purdue's campus as more of the heavy rain comes in from Attica, Pine Village, Shadeland getting in on some of that rain up and down 231. We'll zoom back out. Delphi, about to get some of that rain too. Monticello, Logansport will be on their way as well here soon. Northwest Indiana's been getting some rain for a while. Nothing severe up here, just some scattered showers from Rensselaer all the way north to Valpo and Maryville. But back south towards Indianapolis, especially if you live on the south side of the city, rain, tracking it on and off, these splash and dashers for the next couple of hours. But then the main batch coming in from Illinois, this round of rain probably doesn't arrive until after about 9 o'clock or so. So we've got over an hour and a half, maybe even close to 10 o'clock before that round comes in, but we still have some scattered showers to go beforehand. So let's walk through a couple different things. We'll first talk about the impacts on your Halloween. We've got rain and thunder from now all the way to about 1 p.m. After 1 p.m., we should be done with downpours. We should be done with rumbles of thunder for the most part. The rest of the day will be just kind of dealt with scattered showers. Remember some of the showers we were showing you back off towards the west in Iowa, these post-frontal little baby showers, some mist out there, some spotty raindrops here and there too. That's what we're expecting in the afternoon. It's not going to be consistent. It'll be kind of scattered, will kind of be dreary, a little bit windy still, but the heavy rain will be pushing out. It's going to be windy at times. That's one of the big stories, and it switches directions. Right now we've got a south wind. Throughout the afternoon, be a west wind. And then later this evening, as we're trying to trick or treat, we'll start to slowly transition off to a northwest wind. And that's going to be a chilly wind. We're going to drop temperatures to the 50s by about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And so if you're trick or treating that late, it's going to feel colder than that. It's going to feel colder than what the temperature tells you, kind of like a wind chill type of effect. So make sure you dress warm, but you may not have to be so waterproof. You may think about that. I'm going to show you some rain zones here in just a second, but we'll be wrapping up the more consistent rain. There could still be sprinkles here and there. So if your costume is really, really sensitive to sprinkles, or your kids' costume's really sensitive to sprinkles, keep that in mind. But the bigger story may be just the falling temperatures that we have later this evening. So make sure you track the rain with us throughout the day. We'll have updates throughout the day as well. I want to show you the rain zones for until 8 o'clock, which we're just about up to 8 o'clock now. Here are the rain zones, kind of consistent where we've seen the rain so far. Heaviest rain to the west, but then we've had this batch. We call it warm air advection. Essentially, we've got this strong south wind that's helping to deepen some of these clouds and produce their own downpours ahead of the main line. So kind of like an appetizer before the main course. We've been getting that mainly south of Indianapolis. This line is slowly pushing off to the north and east, and then that line coming in from Illinois is pushing east. So we're going to fill in this map with a lot of green. So hold on. 8 a.m. to lunchtime, rain zones skyrocket. So we'll have both the showers to the south and the showers to the west, all trying to conjoin and meet their way around Indianapolis. So that will be the main rain zone, this darker green. We'll have the best rain, most consistent rain, the heaviest rain. Still good 60% chance, so more than 50-50 once you head east to Newcastle and Shelbyville. Rushville were included in that as well. And then the rain zones do drop to the south and east. The farther south and east you go, we're going to wait a little bit longer before the rain really arrives. Some of us around Richmond and Brookville Lake, other than a stray spotty shower, the more consistent rain is not going to arrive until maybe later this afternoon, right around lunchtime, 1 to 2. Here's after lunchtime with the rain zones, 12 to 4. Heaviest zones pushing from Indianapolis to the east. That's when we finally get some more consistent rain around Muncie and Ball State, and Newcastle, Spiceland. You head south into Rushville and Connorsville, Columbus, Greensburg, Seymour, Franklin will be definitely picking up on more of those downpours, while western Indiana starts to dry out. We really drop those rain zones, getting close to Lafayette. And then after 4 p.m., I think we're clear west of Indianapolis. That's when the rain zones completely drop off. Now, we may still have from 4 to 8, we still may have some scattered showers generally east or south of Indianapolis. And the rain that we have with these rounds is going to be on the lighter side. So when you see this 80%, it's not necessarily just downpouring. There could be an embedded downpour, but most of the time it's going to be on the lighter side. So light rain showers pushing off towards the east. After 8, I think most of Indiana is dry. Unless you're just outside of Cincinnati, there could be maybe one little leftover shower, but Indiana dries out after 8 o'clock. 6, 7 o'clock, many of us already drying out around central Indiana. I want to show you what I'm talking about with Futuretrack 13. So we've had some isolated showers developing south of Indianapolis. Some of them are pretty heavy. They're right around Bloomington. You guys know what I'm talking about. It is heavy. It is loud. You hear some rumbles of thunder at times. Good little kind of baby thunderstorms out there south of Indy. That batch will continue to grow a little bit and try to push off to the north and east over time. But then the main batch does come in from the west. You can see us soaking, 9, 10 o'clock, Greencastle into Lebanon, and then Kokomo, Tipton, Peru. Indy, we're close. We've had some scattered showers here and there kind of around us, but the heavier rain may take just a second before it really arrives. Here's noon. Heavy rain pushing eastbound, some good downpours still possibly on the leading edge as it gets into Shelbyville and Columbus and Seymour. And then even north and east, Pendleton and Anderson getting in on some of that heavier rain, possibly at times right around lunchtime. Now let's head deeper into the afternoon. Heavy rain gets out of here, but we're dealing with some of these leftover scattered showers. Not heavy, but just enough to kind of seem like it's a little bit dreary outside, maybe enough to keep the sidewalk mostly wet. After 3 o'clock, we really see a lot of improvement. Now, cloud-wise, I think this is a little bit aggressive. I think we'll probably turn partly cloudy. I'm not sure if we'll go completely clear, but we'll probably break up the clouds at least a little bit, get some sun breaks. There'll be a few of us that even get a couple glimpses of the sunset tonight, especially if you live west or north of Indianapolis. East of Indianapolis, we're still dealing with some of these spotty showers. We may still have some sprinkles around Centerville and Richmond and Abington and Winchester, headed south into Liberty, Union County, Connorsville, Brookville, a couple lingering showers for us. After 7, 8 o'clock, most of it's done. But then we start to get cooler, especially the farther west you live. That's where we've had northwest winds for a while, trying to bring in this cooler air. 8 o'clock in Richmond's not as bad compared to Greencastle, for example, 52, but it's going to feel like the 40s once you factor in that wind chill. And then we'll kind of stay on the chillier side throughout the rest of the evening. So how much rain are we expecting? Everyone's going to get something different just because we were looking at the radar and it's kind of blotchy right now, especially south of Indy. So everyone gets something different. There may be a little bit more in a couple spots, but we're kind of guesstimating right around about a 1/4 inch for most of central Indiana. A little bit less to the north and east you go, just because as the system pushes east, the overall system, it is weakening. I mean, this thing had severe watches and warnings and tornado watches. We even had a tornado warning just in the St. Louis area earlier this morning. Same line, but it has weakened. Still getting good downpours, but not nearly as robust as it was. And that will probably be the case as it continues to push east. So that's why we dropped it off to 0.1. And technically we've included Richmond in that. We'll see. But you head north into Economy and then into Winchester, Jay County, Blackford County, Marion, Huntington County, and into Fort Wayne, about a 0.1 for an inch, 1/4 inch across most of central Indiana. But for some of us, especially south, and we may have to take this darker green and kind of include Bloomington on that. We drew this about 30, 45 minutes ago. May have to just kind of bubble out a little bit more, closer to 1/2 inch. We'll see with some of those bigger downpours around Bloomington. So not enough to erase the drought. We need between 2 to 5 inches of rain. So drops in the bucket, but we'll take drops in the bucket. Just wish it was Halloween, right? Trick or treat forecast. Isolated showers. This isn't really that heavy, 5, 6 o'clock, but there could be sprinkles and raindrops in the air. After 6, most of us do start to dry out, but man, that west wind, it goes southwest and then turns to west and then northwest pretty quickly throughout the evening, and that's going to drop our temperatures. So some sprinkles will be possible, but mainly it's that chilly wind that we'll have. And then by tomorrow morning, we'll start somewhere in the 30s and 40s across central Indiana. It's going to be a lot cooler for your Friday. Speaking of Friday, big concert, have you heard? Taylor Swift, of course, in town. We've got Eras Tour for the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The times and the temperatures, those show you generally what we're expecting when the gates are opening. So as you're headed to downtown, 50s, and then a little bit warmer on Sunday with some 60s. So 7-8 is busy. We've got rain and rumbles today, and then another batch of heavier rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe another 1 to 2 inches will be on the way. But in the meantime, we are tracking scattered showers and downpours for your Halloween. We'll have more updates throughout the day. Make sure you keep it here, keep it local. As always, we'll keep you advised.